Okay,
Okay.
we're here. This is Ranger Russ. Obviously you can see that I am not at the Meigs Point Nature Center. Today we have a very special show. We're coming to you from a place called Hope, which is a raptor rescue and rehabilitation center. I want to remind everybody that the Meigs Point Nature Center is closed along with all other state of Connecticut public buildings. And we also need to remember to respect social distances. Wash your hands really well. Don't touch your face. There's lots of things that everybody can do to help reduce the level off the curve, as people keep on saying. Okay, so this is a really special show. I'm really excited. This is one of the coolest animals that I will ever be able to show you. It's not in the plan. This is not what we planned, but this is a teachable moment. So everybody take advantage of this. I'm going to switch the camera around so that you can see the animal that we're going to be talking about. Okay, so here we have our little birdie. Can you see that right there? This is a baby great horned owl. Now you can see right now it doesn't have any horns. Great horned owls actually don't have horns. They have little feather tufts that are also not ears, although people think that they are. Okay, tufts are just a brace to help with like it's grooming. Is that?
It is. It's pretty.
Okay. Here from a place called Hope. They are going to be telling us a little bit more about this young great horned owl. All right. Now, how old would you say this great horned owl is? Owlet.
This owlet actually looks or appears to be probably 9 or 10 days old maximum.
Only 9 or 10 days old. That is so cool.
This baby bird unfortunately fell from its nest, which is a common thing that happens with a lot of great horned owls and a lot of different bird species, especially starting this time of year. And it's because the babies grow so rapidly. And this little guy is proof of that, being only 9 or 10 days of age. It actually was on the ground on March 13th was the first day it was discovered, and the people who saw it did not understand that that was not normal behavior. The mother was on the ground with it, still keeping it warm and feeding it. But today the homeowners came home to their house that is getting construction done to it. So the homeowners came in and realized that there was something unusual and put out a call for help. So we've got the baby currently, but what's going to happen is this baby will be returned to mom and dad. That's the goal. Birds are best raised by birds. So right now, we're going to see, because the baby's calling. Oh, there it goes. Watch it eat. One gulp. Did you see that?
So that bird just swallowed that little mouse there in one big swallow. So great horned owls, even the adults, they can swallow the mice whole. Now, the great horned owl, at one time it was called the tiger owl. And it's not because of the stripes. As they get older, they will get some bands on their belly. It's because it was considered by early bird observers to be the tiger of the sky.
Lightning fast strikes they have with their sharp taloned feet and toes.
Now, I really want everybody to take a look at the tip of the beak. Can you see that little white spot? That is, it's still hungry. Did you see that? It's trying to eat. That is the egg tooth. And that little protrusion right on the tip of its beak is to help it break out of the egg. So when they're stuck in the egg, they use that little to get just enough leverage to get themselves broken out. Oh, look at that.
It's so
cute. This is too cute. This little baby.
Very alert. Mom was doing a good job taking care of this baby.
Yeah, we should talk about the story. So it's on the ground for a few days.
Yep.
But the parent was still taking care of it. The adult birds will still take care of the birds that fall to the ground. But if they have another one in the nest, then maybe only one of them is going to continue to get fed, and chances are the one in the nest would be the one getting fed.
You're right.
And the one on the ground would be out of luck. But this one was probably, by itself because the parent was still feeding it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the parents are able to find the babies, which means usually that the babies are making enough noise that they know that the parents know right where they are, they'll continue to feed them. That's true with most birds. If the babies fall out of the nest too early before they're able to fly, the parents will still continue to feed and take care of them. So
lucky for this baby, mom was really on top of things, and there was no predator that came along, because most of these babies, when they fall from their nest, wouldn't survive more than a day to maybe 3 days tops.
All right, we're going to try and do some questions, and I'm going to look here, and it's saying that it stopped. I think we may have a tough connection here.
Oh no.
So, are we back on? We're getting some little hearts. Let's see if we have some questions. Still eating, lots of little hearts. It looks like it stopped for some of you. It was stopping.
Are we back? Are we back?
Yep. Keep skipping. If you guys want to put up some questions, we can try and answer a few questions right now.
What are you going to do with the little bird?
Todd is asking us what we're going to do with the little bird. And unfortunately, the answer is Todd is going to climb the tree and put it back in the nest. So in a couple of days, any day now, when the weather is right, you don't want to put it up when there's going to be a cold, right, Todd? You don't want to have a chance of it getting exposed to cold.
Exactly. They can die of hypothermia if they're on the ground for too long, and that was a big concern about tonight. Like Russ said, the temperatures are going to be getting down into the 20s tonight, so that was a big concern about leaving them on the ground, other than predators too.
Yeah, well, we would never leave a baby bird on the ground like that once discovered. So this is an important opportunity to let everybody know that if you come across a baby bird on the ground and it can't walk, hop, or jump, it needs to be renested. It needs help. You need to call a wildlife rehabilitator to walk you through the process, or come out and have them put the bird back. In the case of a baby great horned owl like this, it will go back up in a man-made nesting platform, so we'll replace the original nesting spot, which great horned owls don't build their own nest. Did you know that, Russ? They don't build their own nest.
So that's a really good point. How did this bird end up on the ground in the first place? Chances are the mother bird picked they nest with other birds' old nests, so an old hawk nest, and that hawk nest is probably falling apart when the egg is laid. So when the bird gets a little bigger, there's a good chance that the nest is going to fall apart, and unfortunately the little baby ends up on the ground. To get this bird back up in the nest, Todd is going to build a man-made nest that's more stable, climb up the tree, hoist the nest up into the tree, and mount that nest up in the tree, and then the baby will be placed back in the nest, usually with a little bit of food for the parents or the baby, whoever's hungry, to get them started in their new nest. And the mother bird is going to feed the baby no matter where it is. We said they'd already take care of them if they were on the ground. The parents are still going to care for them in that new nesting platform.
It is a myth that if you touch a baby bird, the parents will reject it. A lot of people believe that they can't help baby birds who have fallen because of that. And that's simply not true. Mom and dad will always take care of their babies once they're back in a normal nesting situation. It was unusual that mom was taking care of this baby for so long on the ground, which tells us it's likely there are no other babies up in a tree somewhere. But we'll have to make sure of that before putting this baby back up in the nest, because if it's got brothers or sisters, we need them all to be together. Mom can only sit on one nest spot at a time, and that's her job, to keep baby warm on cold nights like tonight or tomorrow night. We are waiting because we have to get our climbing crew together, and we do think that we want to give this baby the best advantage at every opportunity to go back successfully. So we want to make sure that the weather is going to be I don't know, conducive to that. We don't want this baby to go up and have any more challenges. Mom will resume care as soon as she hears the little noises baby's making right now. That's what mom hears and listens for. I'm sure she's right now looking for her baby, and she's probably a little bit upset. Baby's missing. That's no fun for mom. But this is the best thing we can do for her in order to get her back successfully and reunite mom with this baby. We need them to be together, and parents need to be able to be the ones to teach their babies everything. So here at a place called Hope, we strive and work really fast to get them back into the nest whenever possible. Baby's not injured, so that's the good news. There's no reason why it can't go back.
Okay, so do we have any questions coming up right now? Everybody's very happy that the mother bird is still going to take care of it. That's
yes.
Cool.
We've been re-nesting.
Somebody is thanking Todd for putting the bird back in the nest.
Yay.
That's always the hardest job.
We've been doing this since 2005, re-nesting these birds. And we've never had a situation where the parents don't come back and care for their babies. As long as nothing's wrong with mom or dad, they will resume their care. Again, listening for the sounds the baby's making. So this baby's got a nice strong call. You can hear it. And you can see, like all babies, this baby just ate quite a bit. I don't know how many little mice it just consumed. Maybe somebody counted, but it ate a lot. And what's going to happen next is the baby's going to fall asleep. It's going to rest for a while, and then in a little bit, it's going to start calling again, and I'll know that's my cue to give it more food. Because it's growing so rapidly, these birds grow to be as big as their parents in about 7 weeks' time. They're flighted between 6 and 7 weeks' time. So this bird's going to be flying around in its territory with mom and dad, learning how to hunt, probably by the end of April.
Okay.
Great horned owls, at least the chicks, for the first year, they don't make the hooting sound. Good to know. They make a screeching sound, and a lot of people, yeah, that's it. Do that again. A lot of people mistake that sound for a fisher cat or a coyote or a fox. No, this time of year, if you hear screeching out in your backwoods, it's very likely a young great horned owl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one of the questions we're getting is how large do great horned owls get?
Oh, excellent question. The weight of the great horned owl is usually on average between 3 and 4 pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for a bird, that's actually quite a bit of weight. Mom and dad can stand about, what would you say, about
24 inches at service down here.
Oh, no, we didn't consider that.
They're also the largest owls in North America. When you talk about how big they are and what is the largest, there are two things that fall into play, really three, but how high do they stand, how big is the wingspan, and how much does the bird weigh? And like Christine was saying, great horned owls on average weigh between 3 and 4 pounds. Females weigh more than the males. As with all the birds of prey, the females are a little bit than the males.
I want to point out its ear.
Yeah, we should look at the ears. Remember we said that the feather tufts are not ears, but it does have ears.
Right there. There's an ear.
You see that ear? So, see this little baby. Great opportunity. I want to let everybody know that for wildlife rehabilitators in the state of Connecticut, it's an entirely volunteer job. It's a full to take care of it. He's going to have to come. If this baby makes a little noise, he's going to need more food. Yep. And they eat a lot of food. So, this is an entirely volunteer operation here at a place called Hope. If you would like to help out, you can go to a website. And there's a little donate button on there. You can support them through donations. If you're local to the area, you can go on the website and find out where they're going to be doing presentations. Obviously, all now, but once they're doing presentations, there are birds here, which I'm going to tell you guys right now, we're going to be coming back to a place called Hope, and we're going to see some of the local. You can go and watch a program with some of a place called Hope. Really cool birds. Amazing in its own way. Mm-hmm. So you're all going to get these are. Okay?
One more thing before you're over. If you want to follow up on this story, you can go to a place called Hope on Facebook. We'll be doing some posts about renesting this chick and caring for it in the process.
Yeah, up there is still not good either.
All right, looks like we're back. We still have 60 people watching.
Well, that's good.
So let me let everybody know. I have a challenge for you. I want everyone to try and draw me a picture of a great horned owl. It can be this little chick, or you can get a picture of an adult, or I would like a picture of a bird that you see in your yard. Okay, so if you could get pictures of birds, preferably ones that you can see, or this owl, you can go to the Meigs Point Nature Center website, meigspointnaturecenter.org, upload them to our virtual learning center. There's a place that you can put your pictures right up and share them with everybody else. That way we can start to see what birds you guys are seeing in your part of the country. Wherever you're from, give us, your images of birds in your area. Again, like us, follow us on Facebook, and we're going to keep these going as long as people are in self-quarantine, which everybody hopefully is keeping away from your neighbors. But you still have to check